Skill Center. They start, and then the other ones are the technical blocks. Like that other ones is where you have the lecture rooms. When you go there, you see it. The other one is the workshop. So it started in the Second Republic actually, with the Taiwanese. So the project was going on. We had a consultant through Gamworks, and then the contractors actually at that time was the army. So after the break in the diplomatic relations between the Gambia and that of Taiwan, then the whole work ceased. And then after that, government during those days feel it necessary to complete the project. So that was where we were involved at the PCU level. So we came up with an estimate as to what finished the remaining works. So during that we had an MOU with the army, problems in who to sign and the like. Then that was where the project stopped. Because then the Secretary General used to sign and those people were not there. And then our permanent secretary would sign, countersign. So when that happened, then that was where everything stopped. We have some of the things like the tiles and other things. The tiles are here. We brought the tiles just to complete, but unfortunately when that happened, we couldn't continue. After some time, I think we were asked to hand over to GTTI. We hand over the whole works to GTTI.
This was which year?
I think sometime last year. We were asked to hand over to GTTI for them to continue the work. But when we explained it to the army, they said GTTI cannot take over because it was like an act of parliament for them to complete the work. So that is actually a standstill.
Maybe to clarify more on that area. During some time in the, I think it was around 2015 or 2014, the government deemed it necessary to transfer the management of this place to the PCU Mosque because of the background activities in terms of managing projects. The project was transferred to Ministry of Basic and Secondary under MOPSI. And then we decided for us to do the supervision of the works, and the army will continue to do the technical work. Then we deem it necessary, since we are different parties, we need to sign an MOU. The PCU also did an estimate as the cost estimate as to what it needs in terms of resources, what is needed to complete this place. It was then fully funded from government. It was Office of the President that transferred that aspect to MOPSI and also transferred the responsibility to the army. But the challenge that we had there was when it comes to the release of funds. It came up with a condition that we have to have 2 signatories from MOPSI and 2 signatories from Office of the President. It was Secretary General and one of the PS. And then at MOPSI it was the Permanent Secretary and myself. Then I was the Deputy Project Manager. And then we started moving on. But we used to have a challenge in terms of releasing the funds. Like most of us know, the Secretary General is most of the time out of the country. And this other signatory was transferred out of OP, so there was only one.
works. It's only for the completion of the works. The other thing will be to get the equipment to come here. So I think jointly, all of us have a role to play in that. So, because if you look at the structure, even you can run a university here. You can definitely run a university here, because here is close to Combo. It's only less than 100 meters, 100 kilometers rather. So it will be easy to run a technical university here even. Like those lecture rooms, they are wide enough to take up to 60 students even, which I don't think if the country is going to have any technical university will need that amount for the start. So this project is here for the whole country. So I think all of us should endeavor to work towards the completion of it. So I don't have much to say, only to thank all of you. So if you have any question, you can ask me. Technically, I think I'll be able to answer.
Yes. Yeah, but way forward. We said way forward. Like, what do you think? Think we can do? What do you recommend to us?
I think the best way forward is for PCU, MOFSI, to continue with the management of these works, because right now we are more aware of what should be done here to complete the works. And then we've already had an MOU with the Army, so it's just for that MOU to continue, rather than taking that responsibility to us, to GTTI, because at the end of the day, when we do this thing finish, we'll hand it over to whatever the beneficiaries. Maybe it could be GTTI even, or it can go to higher education, then they can see who to give it to. Yes, I think that is.
After support, I think for the way forward on this, we don't need to go and reinvent the wheel. The structures are there. The institutions have been working together. The Army is very familiar with this, and they have the capacity to work with the project coordination unit, that will give the supervision and work with them just to complete this. Because we have already mapped out what needs to be done to complete this place, and it's costed, and the resources were coming from the Office of the President. I think what we will need the National Assembly is to support the Ministry of Higher Education to move this forward. Let's continue where we stop. Let's work together, and then maybe higher education also need to work with the National Assembly, so that when we get the estimates as to what needs to be done to complete this, that will be factored in their budget, and then if the National Assembly can support the ministry so that this place can be completed. Because a lot of investment has been done here. A lot of good work has already been done here. I think it's very important. This is a national need. And the Ministry of Higher Education also is very proactive. They are very eager for this place to move, because we came here with them, with different donors. They're looking at all means possible, because maybe this completion of this was not factored in their budget. That's why the resources were not available this year. But they've been trying with the different donors, GIZ, COICA, I don't know, other places, just to ensure that this place is moved forward. The minister is very proactive. I think the National Assembly just need to support the ministry so that we continue and move this forward.
But what do you want to see in the expansion, not only the structures, but what expansion would you like to have in the
there is a roadmap. There is a roadmap that is available for this place. I think we master plan. It's available after the completion of the works. I think there are other areas like the dormitories, the staff quarters, and other places to make it usable. But I think this place could be usable immediately works are finished. Then we put them in phases.
Later.
Yes. So let places, if the works is completed, this place is accessible, the equipments are available, they can start enrolling and then moving forward whilst we start working on the other areas like the staff quarters and the like. It's all to do with resources.
Yes, thank you. Do you have something to say?
Yeah. Representative. We really want to go along with our people. So the involvement of the communities, the beneficiaries, the key stakeholders are very key in this. And I think one of the key things that you need to do is your PCU popularization of the work and the existence of this structure. That is very important. Let us use our media houses, both electronic and print media. You have your educational hour programs. dedicate a program that will focus mainly on this Ndemban Skills Center so that Gambians know about these things. Because these are things that can stop our people taking the back way into the Mediterranean Sea because of lack of jobs and skills development. And when that is done and people really understand and showcase the work that is being done here, it's really going to help us. As parliamentarians, we are not going to go alone without our people. So whatever we're doing is going to be in the best interest of our people. And the best interest of our people is the involvement of the community, the structural committees that you have here, the Alikali and his team that are working with, and the satellite communities and the villages that are around here. Then we can go to the wider communities for the involvement and the implementation of these programs. A lot of good work has gone into this, and as alluded to by the quantity surveyor, we need to engage the ministry so that we maintain the army to continue this work. We are not technicians, but looking at the structure, how solid it is, and I think it's important that that continuity is done so that we don't reinvent the wheel and then make sure that the deadline or the proposed date for September, we have students who will be here, even if they can commit, but at least something need to be started in September for the next academic year. On that note, I want to thank both the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and Higher Education and the Army for the good work that they have done. And I know the Ministry will continue to solicit more funds with more donors that are focused, that will be able to meet the niche and the importance of these skills training programs so that the YEPs and all other youth development programs, this can be a base for all of them to consolidate our programs for the young people. So on behalf of my colleagues, from the team here, we want to thank all of you. And the Alikali and his team, it shows their readiness to support this program, and they will still be behind it. And this is an opportunity for us as people's representatives to showcase and then make sure these are things that go into the annals of the history of this country so that we can make a resume of all the good things that had been done and the responsibility and the support that we have given. Our doors will be open and we'll give you all the support that is needed. And as I alluded to by our chairperson, the budget calls for budget proposals are coming maybe in the next few weeks. So you need to fast track your budget preparation and then make sure that it is submitted to your line ministry for submission to the National Assembly. And one of the proposals that we are making at the National Assembly, all unit heads and departments are going to come and defend their budget. So we need to see those things happening, and we will make sure that all the works that are done are focusing more on programs rather than allocating funds that will go into personal benefits and not targeting the masses of the people, especially our young people. So on that note, we want to thank you very much.
Alage bamba bo jamban tabarane marote lagina. Bambalege, bambalege, sofanya bamba ye. Bambaira, alage bamboe.